All right, today we're jumping right into a huge story of ambition and seriously next-level technology. We're going to be looking at India's classified program to build a whole new generation of ultra-fast weapons. And believe me, this is a big deal, a move that could completely reshape the strategic balance of power, not just in Asia, but across the globe. And the scale of this project is just wow. India's Defense Research and Development Organization, or DRDO, isn't just testing the waters here. I mean, they're developing a whopping 12 distinct hypersonic missile systems. Yeah, you heard that right. 12 different weapons, from long-range strike missiles to defensive interceptors. It's a massive undertaking. Okay, so the big question, the one you're probably asking, is why? Why this massive investment and technological push right now? What's the driving force behind this race for incredible speed? Well, it really boils down to a few key things. First up, it's about strategic deterrence. In a neighborhood with nuclear powers like China and Pakistan, having a weapon that's nearly impossible to stop is a huge factor. Then, of course, there's a bit of national pride on the line, joining that very exclusive club with the US, Russia, and China. And tying it all together is India's major push for self-reliance, what they call Atmanirbhar Bharat. It's about building this cutting-edge tech themselves. So, what exactly makes these weapons so terrifyingly effective? You know, it's easy to just think, oh, they're fast. But it is so much more than that. We are really talking about a complete paradigm shift in flight technology. So first things first, let's get a handle on the kind of speed we're talking about. The term hypersonic means traveling at Mach 5 or faster. That's 5 times the speed of sound. To put that into perspective for you, a missile flying at that speed could get from New Delhi to Istanbul in under 30 minutes. Just think about that for a second. Now, the magic ingredient that makes sustained hypersonic flight possible for many of these missiles is a revolutionary engine called a scramjet. Think of a normal rocket. It has to carry both its fuel and the oxygen needed to burn it. It's like a scuba diver with an air tank. A scramjet, on the other hand, is an air breather. It's so fast that it literally scoops the oxygen it needs right out of the atmosphere, using its own speed to compress the air. It's way more efficient for flying long distances inside the atmosphere. And this is where it gets really interesting. India isn't just betting on one horse. They're developing both of the main types of hypersonic weapons. On one side, you've got the hypersonic cruise missile, the HCM, powered by that scramjet engine we just talked about. And on the other, you have the hypersonic glide vehicle, or HGV. That one gets launched high up by a rocket and then glides, unpowered but super maneuverable, all the way to its target. So this entire ambitious program, with all 12 of those missile systems, it all falls under one classified codename, Project Vishnu. Let's pull back the curtain a little bit and look at some of the star players in this project. Okay, let's put the two headliners side by side. You have the ET-LDCM, which is a completely homegrown Indian missile aiming for speeds even faster than Mach 8. And then you've got the BrahMos 2, the next generation of that legendary Indo-Russian missile, being upgraded to hit Mach 8 with a range of 1,500 kilometers. Both are absolute beasts, and both are powered by scramjets. And this number right here, wow. It gives you a real sense of the insane engineering challenge involved. When you're tearing through the atmosphere at 8 times the speed of sound, the friction creates an unbelievable amount of heat. The missile's body needs special thermal shielding made of next-gen materials that can handle temperatures over 2,000 degrees Celsius without, melting. But here's the thing, it's not just a dumb, fast rocket. The ET-LDCM is designed to be incredibly smart and survivable. It flies low to duck under radar, and it can pull off maneuvers mid-flight to dodge any interceptors. It's also super versatile. It can carry conventional or nuclear warheads and can be launched from pretty much anywhere, trucks, jets, or ships, to take out really high-value targets. And look, this isn't just something on a drawing board. You can see from these milestones just how quickly they're moving. They've gone through a whole series of ground tests, each one longer and more complex than the last, culminating in a full-scale engine test that ran for over 12 minutes. That proves the core technology is there. It's ready. Okay, so we've talked about the tech, but what does it all mean on the world stage? How does this completely change the rules of the game? Because these weapons aren't just an upgrade, they're a total game changer. So why are these things considered practically unstoppable? It's the combination of two things, blinding speed and maneuverability. Current air defense systems are built to track missiles that fly in a predictable arc, but a hypersonic weapon moves too fast and can change direction unexpectedly. It shrinks the defender's reaction time from minutes, which is already tight, down to mere seconds. There's just no time to do anything. And this quote from Joy Pilley really hits the nail on the head. Having this kind of weapon completely changes the power dynamic. It forces your opponent into an impossible position where they know a devastating strike could be just seconds away at any moment. How do you even begin to strategize against a threat like that? And don't think this is something for the distant future. The timeline here is aggressive. The plan is to start bringing the first of these incredible systems into active service by 2030. That's not far away at all. And that really leaves us with a huge, kind of scary question, doesn't it? As we enter this new age of ultra-fast warfare, how do you possibly defend against a weapon that you can't track and you can't catch? And maybe even more importantly, what happens when everybody has them?